Next one. Do you believe in using trading robots? Nigel. I know Nigel, and I know why he asked that. So there you go. But anyway.
Okay. So for me, I do believe that there is room in trading for robots. I do believe that. However, I do highly believe that everybody should learn to trade before they use robots.
Brilliant.
And everybody should understand the strategy that if they buy a robot off the internet, and we've all done it, I've done it, they should understand what that strategy is. And unfortunately, you're never given the details when you buy one off the internet. So for me, I would never buy one off the internet because if it sounds too good to be true, usually is.
Yeah.
Or what they're not telling you is that they're risking, 5% a trade or whatever, over risking. So for me, it's better to create a strategy, your own strategy, and then turn that into a robot, because that way you will stick with the robot a lot longer. The trouble with robots, there's good sides and bad sides, but the trouble with I'm a very, very discretionary trader, as you know.
Yeah, but you've earned the right. I always say you've earned the right.
Oh, absolutely, yeah, yeah, for sure. But until someone learns how to code discretion, a robot is never going to make more money than I am. That's it, really. It's true, because
you sound
it's
like
a robot.
A friend of mine says exactly the same thing. And the other thing, from a newbie's point of view, what Ceri's saying about buying a robot off the internet is a lot of what you'll see these days is that they'll pop up a MyFX book account which can be manipulated. So seeing a MyFX book result doesn't necessarily mean a lot. But the trouble is you might see this strategy and it's made 50% in 6 months. But what most people don't do is look at the drawdown. As you said, they don't look at the risk that each trade was to do that. And invariably what these people are doing is they're doing it on a very small account. So they might be doing it on a $2,000 account at a broker. And then they pile their email out to 100,000 people, 10,000 people buy the robot. And then 10,000 people are putting their order in with that broker with variable broker size accounts. The strategy won't work anymore because the same order's going into a small broker. And the reason it's a small broker is because the people selling the strategy have done a deal with the broker and they're splitting the spread and the stake. So when somebody's selling a robot, they're not just selling the robot and the $500 that they get for it. They'll be in cahoots with the recommended broker, and they'll be taking a bit of all of that. So it always ends in tears, I find.
Basically,
ends in tears.
A rule of thumb is if you have to sign up with a particular broker in order for that robot to work, don't touch it.
Yeah.
That's a good rule of thumb. If you have to open an account with a particular broker, walk away because it won't work.
Love it. Great advice. Right.